Moving up, trial number 3, Flaming Flutter, Johnny Quid, Hilltop Hustler, Illawong Kath, You're a Nut, Eliminator, Caesar Supreme and Chili Palmer. It's the third trial of the day. The green light's on and away, and beginning fast from out wide was Caesar Supreme, who's looking for the lead. Also going with it in the early part was Illawong Kath. In third spot, Hilltop Hustler, and fourth, Flaming Flutter. Driving through was Chili Palmer, then followed by You're a Nut, who's drifting back through the field with Eliminator, who settled second last, and You're a Nut's gone back to the tail of the field. Caesar Supreme's taken up the running. In second spot, Illawong Kath, and third, settling down, was Hilltop Hustler. Fourth was Flaming Flutter. In fifth spot was Chili Palmer, tracked up by Eliminator, and You're a Nut at the rear of the field. About 30 metres from first to last, they're racing in Indian file, a field of 7. As they go past the 1600, the lead time in a solid 45.2. For this class is what you would expect, and Caesar Supreme leading the way. In second spot, Illawong Kath, and third, Hilltop Hustler. Fourth, Flaming Flutter. Fifth, Chili Palmer. Sixth, Eliminator, and seventh is You're a Nut. No change in the order, and you'd imagine I'll stay in this pecking order for a while, and I'll probably start to quicken up the tempo the last 12 to 800 metres. As they come up to the 1200 metre peg, the first quarter comes up in 30.9, and as we know, go to Pulicino. She likes to run along, and she leads away with Caesar Supreme. He's setting an even tempo. Caesar Supreme leading the way from Illawong Kath. Hilltop Hustler was pulling, comes off the pegs now to sit outside the leader. Flaming Flutter gets a nice trail into it, so does Chili Palmer. Saving ground the pegs, Eliminator, and You're a Nut also back last of all on the inside. They swing out of the straight, heading up towards the 800. Second quarter comes up, and it's a slick 30.1. So 30.9 and 30.1, 61.5. Caesar Supreme leading the way by 2 metres to Hilltop Hustler. Third, Illawong Kath, still under a good hold. Flaming Flutter fourth. Fifth, Eliminator. Sixth then was Chili Palmer. And last of all at the tail of the field was You're a Nut. They go past the 500, and striding to the lead was Hilltop Hustler from Flaming Flutter. Chili Palmer to the outside. Illawong Kath gets off the peg. Caesar Supreme's gone. Then Eliminator and You're a Nut. 28.2 to third quarter. And Hilltop Hustler leading the way. Flaming Flutter's about to be popped the question as Chili Palmer makes its run. You're a Nut from a long way back. Hilltop Hustler hit the lead. Coming out after it now was Chili Palmer and Flaming Flutter, but Hilltop Hustler's responding, and Hilltop Hustler comes away to score by 4 metres to Flaming Flutter. Third then came Chili Palmer from You're a Nut, Eliminator, Caesar Supreme and Illawong Kath. Last quarter 27.7, a mile rate of 156.6. Pretty slick times there for Hilltop Hustler. Good effort. He's come back well. He certainly sat in the breeze that last 1,000 metres, and they've run some pretty quick times, and he held them at bay too. Good effort. Number 3, Hilltop Hustler for Michael Stanley. Second spot, Flaming Flutter, who enjoyed a good run. Had every chance to get past Hilltop Hustler, couldn't do so. And Chili Palmer has done what it normally does at the trials, has run on nicely into third spot. So 318, 318. The sectionals were 30.9, 30.1, 28.2 and 27.7. So some pretty slick times there. 318. Fourth home, number 5, You're a Nut. Good effort coming from back in the field. And fifth, number 6, Eliminator. So 318, 5 and 6. The gross time was 242.3. The mile rate, terrific mile rate of 156.6. 156.6 the mile rate. Last mile in 157. 157 last mile. Last half in 55.9. 55.9, as we saw from the track here on Friday night. They're running some pretty quick times. They've done it here at the trials as well. 55.9 last half. Mile rate 156.6, and that last mile was 157. 157 last mile. The margins are 3.5 metres by 2.5. 3.5 by 2.5 are the margins. 318, 5 and 6. 318, 5 and 6 the results of trial number 3. And the winner Hilltop Hustler and the mile rate of 156.6 on the third trial.